Without a doubt, fasting is one of the most profoundly powerful metabolic interventions you could possibly ever do, especially if you're one of the 9 in 10 people who are metabolically inflexible / insulin resistant and largely obese or overweight. So if you fall into that category, have high blood pressure, have cholesterol levels, which conventional medical physicians would want to put you on statins for, then this is something you're going to want to seriously consider. There's a new book which goes into it from a different perspective that gives you the simple strategies you can do to implement fasting effortlessly. So I would strongly recommend you watch this interview with Dave Asprey and get the golden tips and details on how to do this with minimal effort, pain, and suffering.
I went on a low-fat, low-calorie diet. And at the end of this 18 months, I'm sitting at a Carl's Jr. with friends. I'm eating the chicken salad with no chicken and no dressing. And my friends are eating double Western bacon cheeseburgers. And I just looked around, I'm like, I exercise more than all my friends and I eat less than all my friends, even though I'm taller than they are. And maybe I'm just eating too much lettuce, right? Because the belief is so ingrained, right? The thing that turns your set point for hunger to your actual weight instead of to your fat weight is ketones. So if you were to fast for a couple days or use the fasting hacks that I talk about in the book, and there's 3 fasting hacks to turn off hunger, and 2 of them are going to help you get your ketones up, that will, even just 1 dose, will reset your hunger levels. When you look at that, you're like, wait a minute, if I could just get my ketones up to that level in the morning, then I will not pay attention to food. So the first step to get your levels up is black coffee that's lab tested for mold toxins. And yes, the bulletproof beans are that. I popularized that. I did the original research about this, because anything that causes inflammation is going to make you hungry, because inflammation just means the electrons that should be powering your thoughts are going to create inflammation in the body. So like, they got to go somewhere. The study at UC San Diego is really interesting. They found that the amount of caffeine present in 2 small cups of black coffee will double ketone production. And the second way that I know, because people have lost 1 million pounds on this technique, is to make the coffee bulletproof. And what that means, you take your mycotoxin-free beans, you add some MCT oil. The 8 carbon chain MCT is the correct one. C8 MCT raises ketones 4 times more than coconut oil. The reason you put the butter in and then you blend it, and you got to blend it or at least shake it really seriously, it creates a very large exclusion zone in the water. And that exclusion zone is very important during fasting. The word fasting is associated with pain. And I wanted to teach people some hacks for fasting. Like how do you make it so you can fast without pain when you have stuff to do? And how do you make it so you fast with all of the emotions of fasting when you want to really dig deep and do the meditation, personal development side of fasting? And sorting through all that hasn't been done in a book. That's why I wrote it.